Okay.
I've already shared the notes of the controlling area. This is the part which we have to do in this our part in which we create first there are four steps for maintaining the controlling area. If you
Okay.
see the configuration or the step 1 and 4, there is same name written in the configuration part, that is the maintain controlling area.
Okay.
I'll read the notes as well. My screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
The first configuration is regarding the maintaining the controlling area. See, controlling area is defined in 2 to 3 parts.
Okay.
First, we maintain it here, then we assign it to our company code, then we again maintain the controlling area, in which we add another thing, that is controlling fiscal year, cost center part, and the hierarchy. The main thing is here hierarchy, standard hierarchy. In every controlling area, there is a separate standard hierarchy is there. Then we'll maintain the number ranges. And then again in the fifth part, we add the profit center local currency. So basically, these 5 steps are just for defining the controlling area and maintaining the controlling area. And after that, we'll define the profit center, and the last part will be the cost center. And we can't here we can't change these steps. We have to continuously process it. For cost center creation, we need a profit center, and for profit center, we need to maintain the proper controlling area.
Okay.
See, controlling area is mainly used for controlling our cost or for dividing our costs and the profits. Although we normally say that there is a financial accounting and controlling, but controlling is a separate module. FI is a separate module, controlling is a separate module. There are two modules. But two parts of the controlling is in the FI in which we can work. This is the particular part of the controlling area which we'll go through.
Okay.
There are separate consultant for FI, separate for controlling, separate for MM, SD, and everything.
Okay.
So the controlling area is limited to this 7 steps. Sometimes in the asset accounting part, it asks for the cost center, and cost center can be configured only if there is proper controlling area and profit center, which is this 6 steps up to the profit center. Only then we can define our or create our cost center. So until now, what we are doing in that particular part, we can change our sequence, but here we can't.
Okay.
We have to do sequence wise. If we don't have any controlling area, we can't add the standard hierarchy at this point, the step 3. So everything need to be in the sequence. And this is our smallest part of our syllabus basically. Only the 7 configurations. This part is clear?
Yeah, it's
What
clear.
is the benefit of controlling area, where it is used basically.
Yeah.
And for controlling area also we can use the navigation part as well as P codes, both. You know how we define our company or company code? What was the navigation path for that?
Um, we go to enterprise structure.
Okay. Next one.
Mm, Yeah, then
Definition.
definition.
And then financial accounting.
Yeah,
Here we have defined the working
different
regarding,
company.
right. But now we don't need to go on the financial accounting. We have to go on controlling.
Okay,
We have to maintain controlling area here. Then we will assign this particular controlling area in the assignment part, not in financial accounting, but
okay.
in controlling.
Controlling.
Earlier we go on the financial accounting for assigning the company code and the credit controlling area.
Yeah.
Now we'll go on controlling and then assign to company code to controlling area.
Okay,
Then the further hierarchy creation in the next step and so on.
okay,
First we go into definition, enterprise structure, definitions, controlling, maintain controlling area. Here you can copy as well, but for that we have a separate one. Sometimes see that, for example, in the particular company code you are using a controlling area
okay,
and you want the same things for other controlling other company codes as well
okay,
of your particular client. I mean the client here means the company.
okay,
You want that other company code should have the same controlling area which you have in the earlier company codes. For that you can copy the earlier one. But
okay,
here we have to first create, so we go on maintain.
okay,
Same way we have defined the company code or the company, same thing will be there. New entry and fill all the required here. But the main part is there that we don't need to define all these things.
okay,
We just need to define few things and all the information will be there. Firstly, we have to give the identification. I'll give the same that with the company code
okay,
204 identification. I'm continuing with the same.
okay,
Then name, controlling area 204. Here we assign the control. Assignment control means basically this controlling area for which part. Same company code for different company codes as well. We'll keep it same for the same controlling, same company. This is okay?
yeah, it's fine.
See, basically the cross company codes means the sometimes we are using this controlling area for the other company codes which are part of our group.
Okay, okay,
So we'll use for same company code. Then what was the currency which we are using?
INR,
INR. But here it is mentioned not currency, it's currency type.
currency type.
We only select the currency type and rest information will be filled automatically. Our
Okay,
chart of account, fiscal year variant, currency, everything.
okay,
Here only in the one part we have to fill particular currency INR. Rest part we have to fill the separate identification we have. For example, here is the currency type. It is 10.
okay,
Controlling area currency 10. And once we fill it, all the information which we have filled is auto-filled here.
okay,
See, currency was INR, company code currency.
yeah,
Chart of account 204, fiscal year variant was 42.
yeah,
So this is the first part of maintaining controlling area.
okay. So this currency type,
Hmm.
this is, uh, how is it 10? We
Oh,
didn't create.
we
Yeah,
didn't create it. It's a standard one, like
okay,
V3,
yeah, okay, okay,
like V3 fiscal year variant. It is a
okay,
standard one. We can't even change or anything. It's just
okay,
10, and all the information which we have filled earlier in our company code will be
okay,
there filled automatically.
okay,
So this was the first part of the controlling area for maintaining controlling area specifically.
okay,
First we assign it. Go on, instead of definition, we'll go on the assignments, controlling and assign it to our company code. Position code. We'll select our company code, click on assignment of company code,
Okay.
new entry, and we'll fill our controlling area 204. This is the
Company code.
company code.
Okay.
You save it and it will be assigned. Little change with the rest of our assignment. This
Yeah.
will assign it to our controlling area will be assigned to our company code. Basically here we are selecting the controlling area and then assigning it to the company code. In the
Yeah.
other parts, it was first company code and then other where the object will be assigned to the company code. It is opposite here.
Okay.
Here we have positioned the controlling area, not the company code.
Yeah.
So controlling area will be assigned to the company code, but in the rest assignment, what we have done is the company code assignment to the other objects we need. Physical year variant, field status variant, or the posting period variant. So little opposite.
Yeah.
We have assigned it. Then next is maintaining the controlling area. For this, we'll go on separately on controlling, general controlling, organization, and maintain controlling area. Again, go on maintain controlling area. First part is already done here, 204.
Yeah.
Select setup. Here first we activate the component and then we'll fill the a particular hierarchy and everything. And
Okay.
for that, we'll click on the component, click on the new entry, and here we fill the fiscal year.
Okay.
What was our fiscal year?
25, 25, 26.
No.
2025.
Yes. 25, 26 we normally says it, but
Yeah.
in the SAP and in the other things it is 2025 only.
Okay.
No 26. That's why there was a -1 in the fiscal year part.
Yeah.
The -1 indicate that this particular period is of the previous year.
Yeah.
Because when we will say the date of that particular period, it says, for example, 20th January 2026. So it is not 26. It was a part of 25 fiscal year.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll just select on the component active. The cost center component will activate only this one
Okay.
and save it. And the second part is the hierarchy creation, which is important. If the hierarchy is not created, we can't go forward for the third step, the fourth step, the rest controlling maintenance.
Okay.
Controlling area will not be created. We'll go back first. Okay. Here we open the particular controlling area by double clicking here. We've already filled this information
Yeah.
earlier. Here we fill the sender hierarchy. Hierarchy is the one which we have to create. Basically, every controlling area has their own the standard hierarchy which will be used for creating the cost center, because there are multiple cost center in a particular company. Controlling area will be the one,
Okay.
but profit center, cost center will be the different, depend upon how the company board wants to divide their costs.
Okay.
For example, if they want to divide their costs on the basis of administration costs, operating costs, non-operating costs, your indirect expenses, so for that they can create different cost center. The way we create one cost center, we can create the other one. Same with the one we have created the one group for the domestic vendors or the domestic customers.
Yeah.
Same way we can create the another one. But in case of services, service group, we have to create a professional account, professional fees, or service account instead of purchase account,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So this way, here we fill the standard hierarchy, our identification only.
Okay.
Press enter, it will say that it is not created. Okay, click on yes. We'll try to save it first. Yes, now it is saved. It's just that we have to click multiple times,
Okay.
and it is created or not. It will be proved when we try to create the profit or the cost center, because here we have to mention, or it will automatically pick the sender hierarchy.
Okay.
So right now we can't say that it is actually saved. It will be proven, like for example, when we have you ever created a GL account without defining the retained earning account,
No. No, sir.
and you have given any number to the particular retained earning account?
No, we've not given.
Okay, so same way, if we have not even defined the retained earning account, we'll not be able to any GL account.
Okay.
And now we have not given any account, retained earning account or number something, it will give us the error in the asset accounting part, because here it is required at least one retained earning account will be assigned, one retained earning GL account
Okay.
in the retained earning part, the definition of the retained earning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you are aware that we have to save it with a different way.
Yeah.
Yes, because there was no account at that time.
Yes.
So we have to fill and define a one retained earning which will be assigned to that particular configuration, and then only we'll able to do the working of the asset accounting.
Okay.
The same way with the center hierarchy, if it is saved, only then we'll able to create the cost center and the profit center.
Okay.
For now, it is saved, saying we'll go back and do the other workings. While defining the cost center is properly defined, means a hierarchy was created.
Okay.
Next is to give the number ranges to the particular controlling areas.
Okay.
There is no any like we have now created the number ranges. Same way we have to also create here the number ranges.
Okay.
For that, we'll go on maintain number ranges here for controlling documents.
Okay.
Controlling area to 04. basically here we can't create, we have to copy it.
Okay.
So now right now I'm copying with one of my own company codes. You can copy it with 204 as well.
Okay.
For that, we go and copy. I'm copying it from 11. You can copy
Okay.
it from 11 or 204 as well.
Okay.
Copy. Then we will see, these are all the controlling, central controlling areas are already there in the system.
Okay.
So we'll just copy it and then we'll save it. So this where number ranges will be created. There is no any standard identification for that, like the document number range.
Yeah.
Then the last part, controlling. The last controlling area where we give the, again we'll give the center hierarchy which we have already created. If it is already
Okay.
created, it will be visible here as well. So until now everything is clear.
Yes, sir.
So the rest part will be clear, as simple. It's just that it is, we have to fill the some more information.
Okay.
Thing will be same. Just where there is a proper system to, they have divided it in three parts. First, we'll give the fiscal year, sorry, the currency type. Then we'll go for the standard hierarchy, and then now we're going for the profit center local currency type.
Okay.
This is also a local currency type,
Okay.
not the currency. So
Okay.
here we'll have the different types, not the specific 10, but others as well.
Okay.
So for that we go in controlling, profit center accounting, basic settings. Again maintain controlling area. We'll give our controlling area. See, you can see here we have to fill the controlling area. And also in the second part, it was mentioning of the controlling area, and then we have done the creation of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
All the parts are in sequence. Until now there is any sequence part. Hmm?
In other chapters, you're asking?
Any parts but we have done GL, payable, receivable. Was there any steps which we have to, we can't change their sequence?
In GST working?
Yes, only in the GST is also a sequence one. That
Yeah.
initial five steps are sequence. You
Yeah.
can create the GL account later on or
Yes.
earlier one, but that four steps are sequence. But if you see from the starting, we just need a company code.
Yes.
After that, we can create the fiscal year variant earlier or the posting period variant earlier, start of account later. We can do anything.
Okay.
If you try to do that, we just need a company code for assignment, everything.
Yeah.
We have defined the company code, then chart of account. But if you want to define the fiscal year variant or the posting period variant earlier, you can define it. You're not
Okay.
required to go with the sequence. But in all, this only in this two parts, until now in these two parts, we have the system
Okay.
that we have to in the sequence. Here we fill our standard hierarchy, and also we activate this controlling area for the fiscal year 2025
Okay.
here. First,
Okay.
we'll go for our standard hierarchy 204, local currency type, profit center, local currency type.
Okay.
Here we go with controlling area currency type 20.
Okay.
Although we have group currency, profit center currency as well, but we'll go with the 21.
Okay.
Controlling area currency. That is the INR,
Yes.
and currency type is 10.
Yes.
Just activate it. So it is saved, and automatically
That.
the currency is there. But if it is saved, what it is indicating?
Uh, it means it's configured.
Yes, but I also in this particular class I told you the one part in the first part that it is defined or not. It will be
Okay.
told in the future. So what exactly here is the confirmation we have. Is this once the save configuration is saved? What exactly is saying?
It, it means the working is complete. Is it saying?
And also the standard hierarchy is being created in the part which
Okay.
we have done earlier.
Okay.
Indicates this as well.
Okay. Okay.
So actually I was saying about the standard hierarchy. If it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
saved here, means you have done the working up to here.
Okay.
There is no requirement to go back and any editing or anything else. Now
Okay.
just we have to create the profit center and the cost center.
Okay.
And that profit center and the cost centers have the same screen like the account group creation for domestic vendor as well as customer. We
Okay.
have to fill same information, but one is for profit center and second is one for the cost centers.
Okay.
The only minor difference. The second last part is the profit center. For that, on this part here, in the profit center accounting, we'll go on master data. Here, profit center, define profit center. Create or change, both the options are there.
Okay.
If we have already created and now we want to change something, we can change here. First, we'll give the profit center identification. Click on the master data. We have to fill these information, all the
Okay.
required information. First of all, the name. Basically, it is the identification is already there. Controlling area and the profit center. This is the name, like profit center for which particular working. Like
Okay.
right now, I'm creating only one profit center for company code. So I'll mention the profit center for company code. Or if it is for multiple, then we have to mention the different one. Like if we want to divide our costs and the profits in the different ways, which I've just explained earlier, direct
Okay.
expense, indirect expense, so we'll give the name, the profit center for direct expenses, for indirect expenses, and rest others.
Okay.
Same will be there in the creation of the cost center, but here it is the limit regarding the name. As you can
Okay.
see, I have to change it. Here it is the maximum limit of 20 words. So
Okay.
you see, that's why I have to change a little bit. So 20 words maximum limit in the name. But in the
Okay.
long text, it will give the all details like profit center for company code. So same like the GL account, long text and short text.
Okay.
Then who is the user responsible here? Means particularly the which user is using it.
Okay.
So just like the first one, here we have multiple users, but in the real system, particular user will be there. Like I told you now about the tolerance group.
Yes, sir.
Multiple users have been assigned to the different tolerance group.
Yeah.
For example, if you are working, you have own username and passwords, and that particular will be here because you are defining this profit center.
Okay.
But right now I'm defining the first one, this, then the person responsible who is defining this. So you can mention your name or any name you want to, like.
Okay.
Then the department, for which department this profit center is being defined.
Okay.
For example, I'm filling it for retail. Then profit center group, this will be by default 204.
Okay.
Which profit center you have given the identification, it will be same.
Okay.
There's also a one part segment, we also fill that, although it is not required, but we are filling it still. Basically, which in the retail part, for which product you are doing it. I mean
Okay.
the goods which we are using, like electric cars, electric autos, or anything like. For which retail, basically the goods in which we are dealing.
Okay.
Here we are mentioning that. We'll just check the one and save it. Read this information.
Saved profit center. Saved in inactive status.
It's saying that profit center is being saved, but it's not active for the use now.
Okay.
For the final use, we need to activate it.
Okay.
So for that, first we check it. Nothing is there. Go on profit center,
Okay.
activate. Now profit center has been created. And for
Okay.
changing anything, go on change profit center, master data. You can't change the identification, but we can change all the rest information.
Okay.
The same way the profit center identification is the master data, the same we have earlier as well. It's also active as well.
Okay.
It means our profit center is created, and the same way we'll define the cost center as well.
Okay.
Same process will be repeated. For that we go on, and for that we just have the T code. No, there is no any particular navigation bar.
Okay.
That is KS01. In the screen, I'm making a new one. Controlling area 204. Controlling area identification. Valid from. I'll give the date of today here, and from which date it's being going to be activated
Okay.
on master data. Same information. Likewise for the profit center.
Okay.
Name, description, cost center for company code 204, user responsible.
So in real scenario, this user responsible. Um.
The particular user who is defining it.
Okay.
When you are in the working part in the real system, you will have your own username, and everyone
Okay.
has their own username.
Okay.
See, in the real system, every person have their own some identifications. Like the normal ID card number,
Okay.
we have particular user ID and password for login into your own system,
Okay.
and no one else can log in it. Like the username which we have for login this particular system.
Okay.
Same way you have their own user ID and password. Only you
Okay.
can work in that particular part,
Okay.
and you will be responsible for all the working from that particular username,
Okay.
even if it is created by any other user, and it will mention your name in the
Okay.
details list. It will be there that it was created by someone else system.
Okay.
Username was yours, but someone else has created it.
Okay.
Like the proper auditing
Yeah.
department will be the same retail, because we have created the profit center for retail, so we are also for retail as well.
Okay.
Cost center category. See, here we have to mention for which particular working, for which department basically we are using it.
Okay.
The cost center for finance, production, service, sales, there are multiple. So
Okay.
whichever suits you are working, you can select. For retail, which one you think is suitable?
Cost center.
Service cost center?
Yeah.
Any other?
So, ingredient sales also.
Service cost center. No, not service cost center will be there in case we are giving any services.
Yeah.
So it is a good one. Also sales, any cost we have done for selling part, like
Mm.
uh, insurance, transport insurance,
Okay.
transportation costs, or any cost which we incur for selling that particular product, like
Yeah.
advertisement or some else.
Okay.
So we can select this one, sales, administration costs. Like for example, you're working on a particular project, like project in the sense, you are in a part to create a new, getting a new client. So there is some office or administration cost as well.
Yeah.
So we can select this one as well. And
Okay.
right now I'm selecting the sales. We have multiple other options if we see for, like logistic, the last one.
Yeah.
So there are multiple. Selecting the sales. Hierarchy which we have created. Hierarchy area.
Okay.
If we fill it or if we search it, it automatically comes because there is only single hierarchy we have.
Okay.
Then the currency. Here it is your normal currency, the INR,
Okay.
because it is mentioned currency, not currency type.
Yeah.
So that is the difference. Then our profit center which we have created is also the 204, and the final save.
And so one more thing, we said this hierarchy can be multiple. No, what is this hierarchy basically?
See, hierarchy is basically, uh, you can say it like the identification.
Okay.
Every controlling area has their own separate identification, and from that
Okay.
particular hierarchy, see, we are using the same identification everywhere, but in the real system, it is not required that every configuration has the same identification. It can be different identification for every definition. So maybe
Okay.
the hierarchy has a different identification, and our cost center or the controlling area has a different identification. So this hierarchy will determine that which particular part this cost center belongs to. Like in the
Okay.
future, we'll create a different cost center. Controlling area will be the same, but identification for the cost center will be different.
Okay.
Right now it is 204 for our sales part. Then we create a different cost center for administrative costs or any other service costs. So hierarchy will link it to our controlling area because we have
Okay.
given the hierarchy in the controlling area.
Okay.
So this way, this our cost center will be created, and here our controlling part will be completed. The controlling part is little short. I mean, it's just 7 steps here.
Okay.
The next which is left is the asset accounting. So asset accounting is time taking, but it is also of 2 or 3 days maximum. And once it is completed, our syllabus will be completed.
How long will it take, sir?
Maybe 2 days or 3 days, not more than that.
Okay. Okay.
See, in the asset accounting, we have to create multiple accounts.